The views and opinions on this show are for entertainment purposes only. The only factual information is any story that has happened to AT2 or the parties involved. Other than that, go ahead and get you a drink, get you something to eat, just relax and enjoy the show. Let's have fun. All right, y'all, let's get real. What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Realtor with AT2. And yes, I'm your boy AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling today? Hopefully, everybody is doing all right. I ain't gonna lie. I'm disappointed right now, but I'm alive. I'm breathing. Nothing has happened to me, so I have to be grateful. And I get to live and see another day. And tomorrow I get to see, well, some of y'all, it's already tomorrow, but I get to see my birthday tomorrow. So that's a blessing. But anyway, how everybody doing? Let me say what's up to the people. I have one eye open right now. Hey, Queen B Moore, how you doing? What's up, Casey? Shout out to my big brother, Casey. What's up, Winnie? How you doing? Hopefully you made it home safely or made it to your destination. What's up, Jayla? What's up, Demetria? Yes, tell them to hit the like button on their way in. Very important for the algorithm. Let me make sure I share this video too. Oh, you know what? I think I only put this video on Facebook. I didn't put it like everywhere else. Hold on, let me share this real quick. Let's share it. Okay. We live, baby. Come on over. Yeah, initially I didn't even think I was gonna go live tonight, but I was like, you know what? Honestly, to tell you the truth, coming live actually helps me. Honestly, like I love what I do and I'm blessed to be able to do what I do. So it does help me get through whatever I'm going through. So I just want to say thank you to everybody being here. And also shout out to the replay crew because y'all help keep the bills paid as well too. Can't forget about y'all. Last night live was fun. I did not expect to go 8 hours. I was gonna tap out after I think the third hour, but I was like, no, I gotta keep going. Because I didn't want to prove y'all right about me not being able to do a whole 8 hour live. But I went the full 8 hours. I think next time I'm gonna have help. I think I'm gonna have special guests for each hour, and I'm gonna let them take an hour off my hands. So, but it was cool to be able to say it. Y'all ain't getting another 8 hour live until about 2-3 years from now. Other than that, yeah, nah. What's up, Sexy 60? Thank you for being here. What's up, Percy? Thank you for being here. Yeah, I went 8 hours. You know what, Queen B Moore? You wasn't here, huh? I just realized that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into the topics. I'm gonna start out with the Jonathan Majors because that happened earlier. I didn't talk about it when it happened, but here we are. So I do want to say, because everybody said he was found guilty. So he was found guilty of two counts, but the other two, he was found not guilty. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up here real quick because I just want to make sure I have the wording right. Because it's all like the third degree, second degree, and those things are kind of confusing when it comes to that. Because I believe it's the third degree that he was charged with. And it was a six-person jury. His actual sentencing is scheduled for February 6th. He get to 1 year up. Hold on, let me show y'all my face. This man can get 1 year in prison for y'all. This ain't right. This ain't right. So he was found not guilty on the intentional assault in the third degree and not guilty of the aggravated harassment in the second degree. His lawyer did release a statement and say looks forward to fully she said she looks forward to fully clearing his name. I guess that's implying that she's going to do an appeal for him, which, I mean, yeah, hopefully she does do an appeal. Because I mean, when you watch the video, like of him trying to get away from her and then him running, like I told you guys, he was literally running for his life because I have a feeling like he knew some shit was gonna go down. Like that's why he was running. He was all like, some stuff is about to go down. I need to run. I need to run for my life and get away from this situation. And that's what he was doing. Then she ends up, passing out in the closet. He had to call 911, and this kind of like spiraled. This was everything that took place because when the police was called, they seen she had her fingers were bruised, and then she had a scratch behind her ear. They was all like, "What the hell is going on here?" But I wouldn't say a scratch behind her ear and like her finger or something like would constitute him had abused her or did anything to her. Like it just don't sit right to me. Like unless, and I know after the case you can get like the court documents and stuff like that, unless there's something that the media was not reporting, because again, there was a lot of stuff when it came to misinformation on the Megan Thee Stallion situation with Tory Lanez. There's a lot of misinformation put out there and people were shocked when he got a guilty. But I mean, to me, that wasn't a shocker because who else did it? If it wasn't him, then it was Kelsey. Okay, well, somebody going down for it, somebody going down for the crime. Simple as that. And I think also this is another example, and I have to ask a lawyer this, but another case where the person that's being prosecuted does not take the stand. If somebody's accusing me of something and I know I did not do it, I'm not. I mean, I am going to take the stand. I'm going to defend myself. I don't think he'll do any time. Okay, you don't think he'll do any time? It's up to a year, so yeah, it's not necessarily he's going to do jail time. But I mean, I don't know if they're going to throw an example. What's up, Ariel? Thank you for being here. Thank you. What's up, Jackie? But yeah, I don't know if they're going to make an example out of him. I have a feeling they are because New York is one of those states that have that increase the statutes and limitations when it comes to certain situations. I know California is, and you have a whole bunch of other places that are starting to we believe women, and I definitely agree with that. I think you should. However, I do think that you should also agree with thought, agree with common sense, agree with what you see with your own eyes and not what you already have not a prejudgment, but it's a scary time. Like if somebody comes out and makes an accusation, you just believe it. What's up, Nelly? Shout out to Gigi Darling too as well. What's up, Wanda? Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, you just believe everything and it sets a dangerous precedence. And I think this is a situation where the woman got on the stand, cried her crocodile tears, and then Jonathan Majors ends up looking like the bad guy. And again, I'm not a lawyer, but if I was, I would definitely tell my client to take the stand. I don't know why they wouldn't have him take the stand. Why didn't he get on the stand and start crying? Now, his tears probably wouldn't have did nothing, but at the same token, I would have definitely told him to go up there and start, defend himself. You know what I mean? Like, why would you not defend yourself? That's what I don't understand. All right, I don't. Sorry, somebody was calling me. Um, but yeah, why would you not defend yourself? You're literally just going to let somebody be able to run with whatever narrative that you have. And yeah, your lawyer is defending you and stuff like that. However, your words are more powerful than what your lawyer can say. That's just for me. Let's go ahead and do a poll, and I want to ask you guys: do you think that Jonathan Major should have took the stand? Yes or no? 30 seconds. All right, I went ahead and put a poll question for people that might not want to answer publicly as well too. I pull a R. Kelly at the Gail King inter. I'm fighting for my life. Yeah. Yes, use the acting talent. Right. I just think like he should have took the stand. Like, why would they tell him not to? Cynthia said generally lawyers don't like their clients to testify. Too many variables that can affect the outcome. Oh, thank you for that information, Cynthia. I appreciate that. Okay, I'm glad that you mentioned that. Okay, so that can be looked at as a hinder. Well, here's my thing. I feel like if you're guilty, then more than likely, I feel like if their client is guilty, they probably don't want them to take the stand. Like I'll say in the Tory Lanez case, because remember, Tory Lanez, his lawyer said, we're not going to do the defense that Kelsey was the one that went pow pow because nobody's going to believe that. And so I believe they kept Tory from testifying because he was guilty. I mean, and then he ended up being guilty anyway. But I feel like in this case where you have two lovers and something might be going wrong, I just feel like his testimony could have said a lot, It could have said a lot. But without his testimony, I feel like it left a lot to be desired. And maybe that's how the jury felt. Or it could be a situation where no matter what he said, they were still going to get him. It could have been that as well too. I can't deny that. It could have been a situation like no matter what he said, thank you, Couture. No matter what he said, they would have got him anyway. I did hear that he was offered some kind of plea deal. I did hear that. But Sexy Sexy, the reason why he wanted to fight was because, he didn't want to lose his deals. The movie that he had that was supposed to be coming out on the 8th of this month, Disney went ahead and canceled that. Officially today, they dropped him. He's not going to reprise his role as Kang. Yeah, between him and Disney, their relationship is done, and he had to try to fight this thing because if he just took a plea deal or whatever, they would have kicked him to the curb. Perfect example would be Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp was supposed to be in Pirates again. They kicked him to the curb. Luckily, he was able to fight. And Johnny Depp is going to be okay. He's not hurting for money and stuff like that. But somebody like this, who is just really starting to come into their own and really being like that A-lister, this is something that's going to hurt him. What's up, Mary? Tori is a good example. Did you see how he behaved? He wanted to be a drama queen that works against. Right, right, right. You're right about that, Cynthia. Yeah, somebody like that, I could see why. But a Jonathan Majors, I feel like he should have took the stand. Let me see what you guys said in the poll. Yep, 95% said he should have took the stand. Yeah. When he got dropped. Hmm. And I think another thing too, it's a lesson and it's hard. Some people aren't good for you, and sometimes you got to get away from those people that are not good for you. And this seems like the whole situation with him, it's been brewing for a while. Oh, Bellany said Christian Keys just made a post. Okay, let me check. Let me check. Thank you for letting me know. Uh, okay. So Christian Keys said predators love playing the victim. Predators resent the prey that got away. The ones that said no, they are the real vultures. All right. And then he turned off the comments. Uh, that's still very vague. Okay. But let me go ahead and ask you guys. Let's go ahead and finish out with Jonathan Majors real quick. So with Jonathan Majors, they're going to do the appeal. Do you think? Oh well, no, that's not even a question now because that doesn't matter. They already dropped him. Do you guys feel that Jonathan Majors' career is over at this point? Let's go ahead and do a 30-second countdown. Dang, I was gonna do a private poll, but it looks like y'all all said, "Dang, do you feel Jonathan Majors' career is over?" Yeah. Okay, Casey said no. Okay, no, we got some no's. Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, I would see another Jonathan Majors movie for me, at least. For me, um, it's not gonna deter me from watching one of his movies or anything. Like if he another Creed, it's not gonna stop me from watching that or anything like that. Now, as far as Disney, if they drop him, that's fine. Hopefully, somebody listen. Hopefully, Tyler Perry puts him in a movie. You never know. You never know. But speaking of Tyler, I wanted to go ahead and move on to the next subject regarding the Christian Keys, Robert F. Smith, Tyler Perry. Um, we're gonna get deep, y'all. We are about to get deep. So after yesterday, I really felt bad. And it was a situation when Brett had came up to my channel, Brett Hendrix, right? I really felt bad because whenever we do these stories, and I know somebody like a Torbe can relate to this, whenever we do these stories, we kind of don't think about the aftermath. Sometimes I forget, like, my voice is, it does carry. And sometimes I forget that there's real human beings. And granted, I never try to be malicious or salacious with stuff. If I ever try to be malicious, trust me, my intent is to be malicious. I want to say that. If I'm malicious or mean to somebody, I'm doing that on purpose and I'm very intentional. But when I'm doing these stories, I'm literally just doing a job. I'm literally just doing a job. And so when we had Brett come and you told us the story about, excuse me, Joshua and everything like that, and his side, it was a lot of key things that he was saying about how his mental was affected and also how Joshua's mental was affected. Um, because technically he's not a celebrity, he's not a somebody, he's just he's a production assistant. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but he's a production assistant. He's not someone in front of the camera. And so you have someone who's not in front of the camera, and their first introduction to the world is that somebody is saying that they tried to, um, sexually harass them. So just imagine you putting out a false narrative on somebody and you're just letting that brew out there. And literally, no matter how much you say, no, 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 that didn't happen. No, 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 it's not true. People are still not going to believe you. Yesterday when he came into my live, I think, and I said live, Live. I noticed that everybody was very supportive. There was only a few people that had, a difference of opinion, and that's completely fine. You guys are allowed to have a difference of opinion. I'm not going to tell you guys you can't. Um, but I realized that there was a lot of people when I did the replay, and I because I told him yesterday I was going to chop it up and make sure I make a whole separate video, basically saying that this is his story. And there was a lot of mixed reviews. There were some people saying like he's on Tyler Perry's payroll. This guy is lying. And I do want to apologize because I did say something about Joshua, and because I made a prejudgment and maybe I shouldn't have said it. But from listening to the story, that's the way I felt. And I had said something about Joshua being mentally unstable because when Brett had explained his side of the story, I was like, oh, okay, well, he was all over the place and like, a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And I definitely don't want to diminish somebody else's health. Earlier today, I was talking about how I was depressed because my plans got canceled. Um, so I definitely don't want to play with somebody's mental health. So I do want to apologize for that, for saying that. But my assumption from the story that I was told, I was all like, oh, okay, he's a little off or something's not right about him. And again, I think it's hard too because there's like these little articles out there, but there's not like a story of like the full scope of everything that had happened. Yesterday when Brett came on my channel, I believe that was his first interview. I can't say that for a fact, but I believe that was his first time. I don't think he had been on anybody else. Like honestly, when his name was mentioned in my video, literally it was just a part of the article where Joshua had gave like his side of the story to an interviewer or whatever, and I literally just read it off and just left it at that. I didn't really necessarily think like, oh, Brett's a bad guy. Like I know I said his name, but I honestly didn't think too much of it because the video I was all like, well, I wonder, what kind of working it was mostly about like to say like, maybe the working environment that Tyler Perry had at his studios wasn't all good. That's what I was more alluding to than anything about Brett. But again, when you mention somebody's name and it's not in a positive light, you are still going to have a reaction to it. And for him to be public, and there was a part where he had said something about being outed, and I didn't get it at first. I was like, outed, like, huh? Like, you mean like your name out there? But when he had said it, because I had watched his interview with SDW, I was trying not to say it. I was trying not to say Dookie Way. I'm trying to be professional, right? He had mentioned it again, like, I met him and then blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden he turns on me and I was outed. And I was all like, yo, this is deeper. Like, basically, the Joshua dude put his business out there, like, oh, he gets down this way. And it wasn't just like the false claims of harassment allegedly that happened and stuff like that. It wasn't just that. He was basically saying like, no, he outed me. He betrayed him. That was his friend. He had him there at he came after he had got arrested. Um he really broke it down that they were actually like cool. He borrowed his car. Like he went through the motions of like everything happened. Ariel said, I thought he was the cleanup man for TP, like I think Davin is for. Oh, okay. Ariel, I respect that. Thank you. Thank you for your opinion. I respect that. Yeah, I did see some comments today where people were all like, "Oh, he's the cleanup man. He's on payroll." I honestly don't think that. From what I see, he is not working with Tyler Perry anymore, and he doesn't owe him anything. Now, do I know that for a fact that he doesn't work for him? No, I don't. But I know that he's not in that Atlanta area. That's all I can say. I know he's not in that area anymore. So maybe he's working virtually or from home. But from what I've seen, he doesn't have a connection to him. I messed up my camera. I'm sorry, you guys. He's not working with Tyler right now at this moment. At least that's all I can see. I don't even know if he's even doing production assistance anymore because can you imagine something like this? Somebody accusing you something like this? I wouldn't even want to mess with that anymore. I'll be like, nah, I'll take a pass on it. I would just find me a regular schmegular job, a regular 9 to 5, Hell, on YouTube, people will accuse you of horrendous and nasty things. And I know there's been plenty of times where I wanted to quit because I was all like, this is not worth it. My sanity is not worth it. These people can literally get away with saying just anything about you and there's no consequences. You feel wrong. Like, if I don't see you hurting or I don't see you suffering, I feel like I didn't get my get back. Now, I don't know how he feels. This is just me. When somebody does me wrong and I don't see you hurting or I don't see you suffering, I feel like I didn't get my get back. I won't get my get back until I see you suffer, until I see you harmed, until I see you hurt. That's how I know I'll get my get back when I see you like that. And that's how I would feel. And I'm just saying for me. But with Brett, he was very empathetic towards Joshua. He was very empathetic. Yeah, once I realized this is something different from Christian Keys, that changed the point of view a little bit. It sounded like he was just speaking up for himself, nothing to do with TP. Right, right. And I think also too, it was kind of like he said, like a lot of people told me not to say anything, just let it blow over and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you want to defend yourself. And I feel like he wasn't given the opportunity to defend himself. He was probably just all like, hey, don't say anything. We'll just handle it and it'll just go away. There's a lot of stuff that you can't find on the internet anymore. And he even said, like, I was able to reach out to the people and shut some stuff down and show them proof. And they went ahead and just got rid of it. Um, but there's still a few things that you can find with his name in it. Unfortunately, once something on the internet, you can't get rid of it. That's what it is. Something is on the internet, you cannot get rid of it. It's there forever. And so this is one of the situations where something will happen and someone will come up and then his name will be brought into it because it's connected to that situation. I think also too, him speaking out and stating what the story is, I think that also helps him as well too, because beforehand we would have never known anything. If he didn't come on my channel and say anything, we wouldn't have known. It would just be left up for interpretation. Like, it was crazy how out of all the people that had been talking about it, he came to my channel, and I think that was for a reason. Like, he needed a platform to speak his mind, and so I'm always going to be grateful that he came over here, and I'm happy that he was able to say something. Now, this is kind of just between me and y'all, right? This is just me and you talking, even though it's all of us in the room, but it's just me and y'all. It's me in the chat right now. I kind of think he wanted me to just take everything down. I don't think he even cared about his rebuttal to it. I think he honestly just wanted me to shut everything down and not do anything. I think he was kind of alluding to that a little bit. And here's my thing. I don't care about the money and stuff like that. I already got the money from it. Usually, um, a video when it comes to like celebrity news and like gossip and stuff like that, those videos only got a lifespan of a couple of days, so it is what it is. So it's not something that I think like, oh, this is going to give me a million views. No, I'm not going to get a million views from that video or anything like that, so I can definitely let it go. It's not that. But here's the thing: you don't kind of want to get into the precedence of like, oh, if I just reach out to this person, they'll take it down. I think if you reach out to a person and they kind of do a retraction or they change some information, edit stuff, and make corrections, I'm in agreement of that. I don't know necessarily I can just because hell, we would just take down everything. Um, I get he didn't mention TP name, but why is it TP hasn't come out to clear his name and let everyone know he's innocent? Oh, we gonna get to that, Erica. Don't worry, we gonna get to that. But yeah, it kind of can cause confusion when like, okay, well, if I take this down, then I'm gonna have to take this down if somebody reaches out to me, blah 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 blah. And so cleaning and editing, I'm fine with, but completely taking down, no, no, I'm not gonna do that. No. And like I said, if there's anything else, I definitely can. If I do decide, if I'm just all like, you know what, it's not even worth it, I'll take it down, then I'll take it down. Thank you, New York Chicken Wing. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. And I'm gonna get into the Christian Keys stuff, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys my honest opinion about everything after I got time to reflect. I also want to say too that he seemed like he was fighting for his life. That's also why I respect Brett too, because it seemed like he was really fighting for his life. Like, he's all like, just some of the stuff that he was saying, I can tell like he's all like, yo, people been able to run with narratives for a few years now. I gotta do what's right for me, because he even said like, oh, I'm probably gonna get backlash for talking about this or making a statement. But it's all like, no, I don't think you'll get any backlash. If anything, this humanized you. If anything, we're happy that there was something out there like a statement. And for me personally, I wasn't gonna put his face and all that out there. Like, I had seen who he was, but I just wasn't gonna do that. I was all like, there's no point in doing that. And especially at that time, we didn't have his side of the story. So I didn't feel like he was a major character in the story to where, oh yeah, we need to go ahead and put him out there and drag him and say certain things, because I know there's a lot of people that do videos and they drag people and they do all these kind of things, and it's all like, yo, you ain't gotta do that to people. Like, you can make little funny jokes and stuff like that, but some people are very slanderous with the commentary and shit that they do. Thank you, KG, I appreciate that. um, some people are very slanderous and they don't care, they don't give a damn. They will say whatever and be like, all right, I said it, who cares? And it's all like, at the same time, I get it, it's entertainment. However, but these are real people lives. And so that's why yesterday it had me kind of conflicted after he came up, because I'm all like, damn. Just say, for example, like, when we talk about stories about Diddy and stuff like that, I even, y'all gonna drag me, I already know. When it comes to Diddy, I still feel bad. Now, does that absolve him from all the horrible things he allegedly did? No, definitely not. But I still feel bad for him. Like, I'm all like, damn, they are really tagging his ass. Like, they getting him every which way. They are getting Diddy. And so you feel bad, like, damn, like, you have you ever been in the hot seat before? And it doesn't have to be like if you're a public figure or anything like that. For me being a YouTuber, like, yeah, sometimes I'm in the hot seat, and sometimes people are doing videos back to back to back to back to back about you, and you're like, damn, like, can I get a break? Like, have y'all ever had that happen? Like, it's a horrible feeling. Like, even for the people I necessarily don't like, when they getting tagged back to back to back to back, like, I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh. I hate to be you, but I mean, it has been me before. Right, right. His family, yeah, his girls, his sons. They don't deserve any of this. I mean, the show got canceled. It's all like, well, damn, their show got canceled because of their dad. That's a check for them. That's money out their pockets. I'm gonna need you to harden up. I know, I know. Yeah, you guys are right. I do feel bad for his kid. And again, I want to clarify. Let's be clear. I'm not excusing what Diddy did. I'm just saying, like, when somebody is getting nailed after, maybe I shouldn't do that example, but when somebody is in the hot seat and you just see them taking a beating, you just all like, damn. It's the little empathy that you have for somebody, but still, Diddy deserves what is happening to him. If he did, if he did those horrible things to people, he deserves what happened to him. So now let's go ahead. I know. Shout out to Gigi Darling. I know you don't mind because you pop them each time they come for you. So yeah, you ready for it. Okay, so this is a tweet that Jonathan Majors had liked, and this is what we were talking about yesterday. I just didn't have the tweet. So it said, watching Christian Keys and can tell he is clearly a victim. Only 3 grand to his name and violated by a gay billionaire. And no, I don't believe it was TP. I wish Christian would have taken action. That man will still have his money and good name, and Christian will remain broken. So this is the tweet that he had liked. Now, Christian, Christian, if you're watching, this is my problem. You're doing this whole liking a tweet, but the little tweet that you liked, that doesn't necessarily translate into Tyler Perry being innocent or not. You coming out and being like, no, it's not Tyler. Like, Tyler's cool. You don't gotta say you love him and all that stuff, but Tyler's cool. I work with him because he's a producer on the show, the All Queens Men and stuff like that. You not saying anything leads people to thinking this is why Trump is leading. Wait, why is he leading? But this is kind of just left up for interpretation. It's all like, okay, you're not talking about TP, but you're not clarifying. And there was things that you said in the video where it kind of ties it to somebody, but necessarily you didn't say yes or no. And I feel like it's honestly reckless. And I'm not trying to say we're victim blaming. I don't think we're victim blaming, but I do believe that it's reckless to put something out there and not saying, what it is. Or here's my thing. He has a right to give his testimony, but maybe he should have went ahead and did the legal route first before. He used Cassie as an example, right? I know I'm going to get hate for this. He used Cassie as an example, which is fine. However, Cassie filed that lawsuit. She didn't do an Instagram live. Cassie filed a lawsuit. She didn't do no Instagram live or nothing like that. And just like Miss Hendricks had said, she had said, well, why hasn't Tyler Perry came out and said anything? That's a good question. Like, but then again, here's the thing. I got to push back on you a little bit because if Tyler Perry comes out and say anything, then they're going to say, "Oh, he was guilty. Oh, see, he must have did something because he came out and said something." It's kind of like I'll use Gigi Darling. It's kind of like if Gigi Darling was all like, "There's a YouTuber that was sniffing coke, right?" And somebody goes like, "Oh, was it AT2?" And Gigi Darling goes, "Oh, I can't say, or I'm not going to say." I would be all like, I would call her and be like, you better motherfucking tell the people that it wasn't me." You know, like, because this is how I am, right? I mean, like, you better tell them motherfuckers that it wasn't me. Like, you better say something, like, don't be all like, "Oh, I don't know," or you like a tweet that says, "Oh, I don't think she's talking about AT2," and you like a tweet, like, what? For me, this is just for me, y'all. If we can disagree, I don't mind. But liking a tweet doesn't constitute it doesn't give him like innocent. Like, to me, that doesn't mean innocent. That just means like you just like to tweet. Because don't these celebrities be talking about, "Oh, I like to tweet by accident"? A lot of them say that. "Oh, I like this tweet by accident." Yeah, the Blues Clues, talking in circles. Too vague, exactly. He definitely need to clear the air with yeah, he needs to clear that air. Like, you just leaving that out there. And like I said, it's only a few black billionaires, so Hollywood, some kind of connection with money, unless you got a Diddy story. And I know some people were trying to tie Diddy and Christian Keys together. I don't see any connection, y'all. I think, and I don't like to hate on any bloggers, but I'm just gonna say this, and then I'm gonna just be quiet. I think a lot of these bloggers be pulling bullshit out their ass and just be trying to link stuff together. Because I ain't seen one picture with Christian and Diddy. I ain't seen him in a hotel room. I didn't see him at the freak offs. Like, I think y'all literally are out there just connecting a whole bunch of dots that don't connect together. Y'all connecting square dots, hexagons. Y'all connecting the wrong things. Yeah. Y'all just trying to put connections and they don't even work. To me, he don't have to say anything else. He a jag. Ooh, let him be. He don't have He don't have retainer money. Ooh, spicy. I like when y'all get spicy in the chat. You don't know who he know? Well, I definitely don't think he know Diddy. I didn't see no pictures. Maybe he liked Tyler's post to confirm that he was talking about him. See, that's what I mean. And thank you, the only one, the one and only, the one and only. That even is more proof of what I'm talking about, y'all. That's even more proof. This is kind of left up for interpretation because maybe he was being shady. How many of y'all have liked shady posts before? I like shady posts all the time. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, but that doesn't mean that I'm trying to exonerate somebody or say that they didn't do something to me. I could just be shady. And again, the girl said, hold on, let me go to her. Right, it's coming out very messy. Thank you, the one and only. I appreciate that. Yeah, he need to stay off the internet. Because I'm gonna read the tweet that he liked again, and I probably should have showed that it came from his Twitter because people will be like, "Oh, you lying." It says, "Watching Christian why did I get tongue tied? Watching Christian Keys and can tell he is clearly a victim. Only $3,000 to his name and violated by a gay billionaire. And no, I don't believe it was TP." There we go. I don't believe. To me, that doesn't exonerate. It would have to be like, It was not Tyler Perry. You guys are ridiculous. Why would you say Tyler? Like, that's more of like what I, if he liked a tweet like that, I would say, like, oh, okay, boom, he's innocent. But like that to me, I don't believe it's Tyler Perry. That's leaving too much. Yeah, it's too open ended right now because we can go anyway. That like tweet doesn't mean anything. Not sure what topic we are on. Oh, we on Christian Keys. I don't like shady posts involving me. Right, right, right. Liking a post could indicate that someone's thought, process, or opinion is on the right track. True. Again, you're right about that, Janelle. It's really a thing where we can go either way with it. It's not just blanketed like just one, kind of scenario, unfortunately. If it was not Tyler Perry, he should have immediately said that in his video. Yes. And remember, he said, oh, I didn't watch that documentary. And it was kind of like, okay, you didn't watch the documentary. And the person was asking about Tyler's documentary on Amazon, which I did watch it. I thought it was good. His documentary. It wasn't bad. Okay. Do you feel Jonathan Majors' career is over? 54% said no. Let me put up another poll here. All right, let me go ahead. In this one, actually, oh shoot, somebody is calling me again. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I just feel like with this situation, it's leaving too much to be desired, if that makes sense. It's not that exact, like, no, it's not Tyler Perry, or no, it's not this. And then you guys have to remember he just made a post on Instagram. Let me show you guys real quick. He made this post on Instagram saying predators love playing the victim. Predators resent the prey that got away. The ones that said no, they are the real vultures. That's still leaving it up for interpretation again. Okay. If his plan is to bring awareness to SA, then he failed tremendously. Oh, that's fair. That's definitely fair on that one. I agree with you on that one. It left too much to be desired, and it's kind of like, okay, well, what's going on? Also mentioned how Tyler Perry looked out for him during. Okay, so this is the video that I did, the clarification video. I just want to go ahead and a lot of this is coming up because of the Christian Keys live that he did on Instagram. However, Christian did not name Tyler Perry. I think we are all kind of just drawing conclusions. And again, we still don't know who Christian Keys is talking about, but it makes us look into the people that he worked with, one being Tyler Perry, and we just try to piece things together. But Brett let us know that this is not tied into that at all. Joshua Soul was a disturbed human being. I'm going to go ahead and play the interview for you guys here, but thank you guys for watching. Okay, cool. So can you just explain, like, so were you the supervisor of Joshua?
I wasn't his supervisor. Me and him worked the same position. I just was in a higher position. Josh came in. I brought him in during a hiring phase that we had for a show that we were working on. He had been, I guess, planning on trying to get in the studio for his own personal purposes, whether in the acting world or whatever it is he wanted to do. I met him through some other people. I happened to know the contacts at the studio to work, to work on a show as a production assistant, because I was a production assistant, and then gave him those contacts and brought him in our department. He worked in our department. He one day literally just had some type of moment where he, I don't know when, I don't want to say went crazy, but he had a moment where he like left the studio, and as you as have described in the interviews, went to go try to talk to Mr. Perry, trying to actually up his acting game. Like he was trying to get on stuff and not work behind the scenes, but actually work as a like actor on things. You know what I'm saying? And the way he did it is he tried to break into his office where they actually called the police because he like climbed over a wall and did all this type of crazy shit. After that happened, I was like cool with him on the fact that he worked in my department. And then he wanted me to lie for him about seeing what had went on that day when he decided to try to break into Mr. Perry's office. After that occurred, I wouldn't lie for him. I had worked at the studio, had a career at the studio for a long period of time, didn't have any type of problems. I don't need to sexually harass anybody. Didn't have a reputation like that. I'm not that type of person. Then next thing I know, in the defense of him breaking into the studio and their reaction of calling the police and doing all this, the media cycle, much like this conversation that I'm having with you, went into turning the situation into far more than what it was. It went from somebody who was just trying to get a leg up in the industry to now this person is Tyler Perry's lover. This is some jilted, ex of his. None of this stuff was true on that level. You know what I'm saying? But while he's in the cycle of being in jail, you know what I'm saying? He comes out of jail to the world saying that he's gay and Tyler Perry's lover, that he's trying to swindle, that stalked him and all this kind of shit. And the defense was, okay, well, who can I go at that'll protect me, that knows the true story of what happened that day? I'm at work, and next thing I know, I'm in an article saying that I sexually harassed this boy when that never occurred. So there wasn't a defense other than they went to looking at cameras. They went to asking people that were in our department. We were in an open space of department and where we worked at. They went to investigating all this stuff and found out that all he was doing was lying and trying to get a buck. I still remained working there for a period of time, even during the investigation, because they investigated and found out that I didn't do anything. So I had to go through contacting newspapers, contacting bloggers, contacting all these people who were putting my name and face on the internet, accusing me of some shit that I didn't do. I was outed. I was, maligned in certain spaces. So when stuff like this happens, this is the only reason why I made an appearance. I stayed out of the limelight because I'm a non-limelight person anyway. You know what I'm saying? So to be thrown into the limelight on a national scale for something that I didn't do, and then for something that I'm only really kind of sensationalized because the name that I was attached to was a traumatic experience. And so coming back up is also a traumatic experience because I understand the light that it's being brought up with the Christian Keys situation and all of that kind of stuff going on. But that situation, the reason you can't find much on it is because during the depositions that we took, Josh revealed himself to be a liar. He revealed himself to be a scammer. They revealed all the stuff that you mentioned in your video about him and all the stuff that you were able to find was proven by lawyers and by legal teams. And so all the stuff that went on about him doing what he was doing was this is just some kind of scammer with 12 kids and they got no money. Should we really proceed in trying to sue him for $10 million? Should I really proceed in suing him for defamation, knowing that you ain't gonna get the money and the dude is just kind of kooky anyway? That's why all that shit was ended, because it was no purpose. It was all right, he's scamming, he don't work at the company no more. We already have proven that he's not what he said he is, and we see that he's just somebody trying to get some money. Let the shit go. And so so
you heard of the whoscammed.com thing, right?
I mean, all of that stuff came out in the process of when people were like, yo, what's going on? He already had a reputation amongst Atlanta and amongst other places that's what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't difficult, I guess, for lawyers or investigators or whoever, be it that the story was sensationalized the way that it was sensationalized, to find out whatever information that they needed to find out.
Right. So can I just ask you to, because I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all, and I appreciate you coming up here. How has your life changed since that situation?
Oh, it definitely changed. I mean, I'm an introvert. You know what I'm saying? I'm very much an introvert. I work hard. I do business. I really don't involve myself in a lot of drama or nothing like that. So when that happened, that put me on a national scale. You know what I'm saying? And you spoke about protection. I'll say I was protected in the sense from Mr. Perry and the company that I worked for, because they knew my reputation as somebody who had worked there for a long period of time and had no type of problems, no type of issues, didn't really fit the character that Josh was putting out at the time. So they knew that it wasn't something that was a shred of truth to. Not that they didn't investigate it, not that they tried to throw anything under the rug. They did a lot of investigation. They did a lot of digging. There was a lot of things that had to be provided to them, you know, from me, from people in our group that worked with us, like the whole nine, to prove that the accusations were not right, and I was able to keep my job. But it definitely affected me on a scale, you know what I'm saying? Because I got to deal with shit like this, you know what I'm saying? I understand like your job, your business as a blogger and all that kind of stuff, but people that are pulling articles from 10 to 12, you know, 10 years ago, 8 years ago, whatever, that don't have like a connection to the actual situation. And then it's just going on like, hey, this is an opinion. This is what I heard. This is what he said. You know what I mean? Like this guy literally went on a press tour because you're going against, it was about Tyler. It wasn't necessarily about me. I just got kind of caught up in the whirlwind of the sensationalism. And then it becomes oh, well, maybe it wasn't Tyler. Maybe it was his boss, like the viewpoint that you were given. When in reality, it wasn't none of that. Like this was somebody that like I worked with, you know what I'm saying? Like in a full room of people, there was no like sexual harassment. Like this dude used to come over to my house to chill and hang out and smoke weed with me. You know what I'm saying? Like this wasn't a situation of like what was perceived, but it was a defense mechanism because he was also maligned in the world. You're now maligned as Tyler Perry's stalker in the world, or Tyler Perry's ex-lover, or whatever it was that the world wanted to kind of put on him, which also wasn't true. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you guys were friends though, right?
Yeah, we was cool.
Okay.
It was cool, but like I wasn't gonna give up my career because he decided to have a breakdown and try to go, you know, sell himself to Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't about to sit there and not talk to my job or my supervisors and tell them the real deal about what occurred, because I'm not about to risk getting fired for doing that. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't like that. So he decided to go the route of, okay, well, I'm just going to throw you in the mix too, and you can burn with them all. Because if I can burn you, then that means that people are going to question what you're telling them. People are going to question, you know what I'm saying, whether
You know, one thing, I was back like a minute ago, but I wanted to play that part because I was wondering, okay, so I get that so Joshua wanted Brett to like basically have his back and stuff like that. But what story did he want him to say? You know what I mean? Like, how was he supposed to have his back? Like, basically, the dude barricaded himself in the room because he wanted to try to talk to Tyler Perry. But I'm still not sure what that had to do with Brett. And I think maybe that's where some of the confusion comes in, because I know a lot of people are all like, okay, well, I think this guy is just trying to defend himself, and rightfully so. He should try to defend himself. I mean, hell, I would. But I'm not understanding. It's kind of like if me and my godmama Gigi Darling were working together, right? And she gets in trouble, and so she'd be like, "AT2, I need you to have my back and cover for me." And I'll be like, "Ooh, you know, I don't want to lose my job," and so you know, I'll be like, I can't help you with that one." And then she says that we had like a relationship with each other. Like, I just don't know how it went to that extreme. Because if anything, she would be like, "Oh, I understand you don't want to lose your job and stuff like that." Like, I'm not too sure about that. That's why I'm glad, like, I've been able to like rewatch it and stuff like that, because it's all like, okay, there's something missing there, you know. But again, going back to Christian Keys, because let me go ahead and remove this, and I went ahead and put the link for the full interview for you guys to watch it. But going back to Christian Keys, with that whole predator thing that he was saying, like that to me just leaves more to be desired, basically. Like, I'm all like, okay, well, who are you talking about now? Like, now you're not stopping talking about it. Like, if anything, at this point, he shouldn't say anything, but Christian is still talking. That's the problem. And mind you, he turned off his comment section. And I just want to let you guys know, I'm not saying that I don't believe Christian faced whatever, you know, he's alleging. I'm just saying that the delivery is very sloppy. If you're going to, just like Hendricks had said, if you're going to try to, let me not confuse it. Erica, just like Erica said, if his plan was to bring awareness to SA, then he failed tremendously. Why not come out and tell who it is and save a future victim? Exactly. It left too much up for interpretation, and like, who are you talking about? And what do you mean? Now, some people will be on the fence of saying, like, well, it's his story to tell. He doesn't have to tell us if he doesn't want to. Yeah, but you don't put clues out there and get and just leave us hanging. And then we're wondering, like, okay, what are you talking about? Because, like I said, it wasn't just that video. He put out that statement about, to catch the prey and the predator or whatever. And I'm all like, okay, like, and I'm not saying that he shouldn't use his social media anymore. He should go in hiding, but you're putting clues out there to there's a predator out there, but you're not saying who. If anything, I mean, let's be honest, most victims don't come forward because they're afraid to. And so, because they don't come forward, they just kind of suppress whatever feelings they have. But there are people who have a strong enough voice to say, like, this happened to me, and I'm saying this because I don't want this to happen to somebody else. Very respectable. But I feel like playing around with the whole I'm a victim and I'm not going to say exactly what's happening, but I'm going to throw you clues and then just kind of leave it for your interpretation. That's not right. And you guys educated me on that Corey Feldman thing. Y'all were all like, yeah, he never named his victim either. He just kind of left it up in the air, and it was all like, well, what happened? Oh my God, Charmaine been killing me with these damn titles. Oh my God. I want to hear the audio. Oh, the audio that he has. Yeah, he said he had audio and everything. I don't know these people. Some people can't speak about it because of retaliation. He said billionaire. I still don't know who this person is, honestly. But Miss ATL Stan, you don't feel like that just leaves it up in the air? Like, you say it's a billionaire, it's this and that. Like all those context clues that you give in, and then you just gonna go away and hide, and then you're gonna throw like little subliminals out there. Like, no, that's not how you do it, homie. That's not how it works. Because here's the thing. This is what y'all haven't thought about. What if there's what if there's another victim out there, right? Another victim, oh, like, oh my God, he must be talking about this person, and I've had a similar situation. He's going to tell the people, and I'm going to feel free from him speaking his truth. But now that you kind of are playing the game with like throwing little subliminals and stuff like that, this person that might have felt like, oh, he's finally gonna say, he's gonna blow the whistle. Now they looking like, well, what's going on now? Because let me tell you, I asked you guys this yesterday. I know that live was long. I asked you guys this yesterday. If he takes a payday, well, no, let me not say that because he hasn't sued or anything like that. If Christian never comes out and say who it is, will you still have respect for him? If Christian just ends up not saying who the person is and just moving on like nothing happened, would you still respect him? Yes or no? And be honest. Somebody in the chat told me to shut up and wait. No, you shut up and wait. It's my goddamn birthday on the East Coast. You shut the hell up and wait. How you gonna disrespect me on my birthday? What's wrong with you? Okay, let me read some of your comments. Diddy is dangerous. Cassie didn't care. She came forward anyway. Right. We already don't really much care for Christian Key. Ooh, damn. He's vital for the LGBT community is misplaced. Vitriol. I said vital vitriol. I'm sorry. How do we know it's not a black African billionaire? You think it's you think it's one of the Africans over there that it was? I don't know. I said that originally when this came out. I was like, I don't think he's talking about like those African billionaires, because there are billionaires tied to oil and stuff like that over in Africa. But let's Let's get deeper here. Remember, pointing the finger at TP will have huge consequences. We're talking people losing jobs, advertisers being dropped. His coworkers will be extremely mad. Right. And that's what I'm saying too, because Tyler is an executive producer on his show. So it's very dangerous that he's putting this out here. And then you're kind of looking like, are these people like this could have a consequence like BET says, we don't want to show all the Queen's men no more. We're done. This is too much drama and we can't be associated with something like this. These people are out of a job now. Or does he not even care? I keep seeing TD Jakes. I don't know if I think that Sui's talking about TD Jakes. It could, and he's just probably trying to throw us off, but I don't know. Oh, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Mad Hatter said, don't forget he is the creator of All Queen's Men. Right. This is nothing more than another episode. We are all hooked in as viewers. Oh, yo. I was kind of thinking this was, damn, I hate to put this even out there. And make sure you guys hit the like button, by the way, and thank you for the super chat. What if this is a way for him to promote his show, y'all? I didn't even think about that, but get people interested in the show and get them talking. And I hope it's not that. Or some kind of upcoming episode that he's working on, or, you know, he's trying to draw inspiration, like a Jussie Smollett. Right. It kind of narrows down the list because there's only so many, you know? If he doesn't come out with an authentic lawsuit, his credibility will never be the same. True. TP, BA, and RS. Ooh, who's BA? Yeah, I don't know who BA is. That one I don't know. Now he had tears in his eye. I know he's an actor, but the pain was real. Okay, you agree that the pain was real. Again, I can't say that he I don't think he's lying, but what I do believe is that um he's throwing a little out there with little clues, but he's not saying what it is, and it's very dangerous because again, I don't believe that I would ever have talked about the Joshua issue if it wasn't for this. You know how is those things like when it comes to a celebrity, right? When it comes to a celebrity, we know there's things in their past and their history and stuff like that, but we don't usually dig into it unless something happens, and then we dig into their past to try to draw clues and come up with conclusions to why they are doing X, Y, and Z. Just like Diddy, everything in the past, we look into it, and now we're bringing it to the forefront. So the same with Tyler, because the interpretation is that it's a billionaire, and this is someone we know who you worked with for a fact. Again, a lot of people are saying that it's Robert F. Smith. However, we don't know if he worked with Robert F. Smith. Tyler Perry, we know he worked with. And so that's why it's drawing us back here. And again, it's making us dig up things in the past because I don't think I would have ever looked up that Joshua story if Christian didn't throw like a context clue or, put anything. If he didn't do this video, I wouldn't have did it. And I wasn't trying to do it to be shady or anything like that, but I was like, hey, this is interesting right here. Like, I wonder whatever happened to this, like what's going on? And granted, the Joshua and Christian, they don't look alike, but they have the light skin build and stuff like that, Yes, Walter Lee. I actually used a piece of his video in the beginning of the video that I did. Yes, I've been looking at his content. That's how I even discovered it. So definitely shout out to Walter Lee Hampton, the second. It's funny how he used the second. A lot of people don't use like the second. I feel like I'm the only one who used Andre Turner the second, or the suffix, I mean. Excuse me. I should have muted it if I was going to sneeze. That was stupid. I'm back, y'all. I agree. It's allegedly Tyler Perry. Who else? Thank you for covering this content. Greetings. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate that. All love. Shout out to Jamaica. A worship in TP. Enough is enough. Right. He said this person we think of as a deity. A deity is a god. And when you think about it, I don't look up to Robert F. Smith as a god. Like, I know he's an investor and stuff like that, but he's not. I wouldn't consider Robert F. Smith a celebrity. You know what I mean? He's somebody that is well known, but I don't think people praise him or look up to him like that. No. We don't look up to Tyler as a god either. True. Well, I think Tyler is more praised than Robert F. Smith. I'll say that. Again, when he said God, I'm all like, well, who kind of looks up to somebody like a god? But y'all ridiculous. Oh, Jay-Z. Oh, Lord. You know what? He did come out with some music. He did come out with some music. That's not, yeah. And he talked about how he wrote some books and he's been trying to sell his books and stuff like that. Oh man, Christian, I just hope this isn't a ploy. I just hope this isn't a ploy to make more money. And yeah, that's not good. He said one billionaire had distinct voice, and we will know once we hear it. TD is looked up as a god. Okay. But is he a billionaire though? Joe, please. We praise everything Jay-Z and Beyonce do. Jay-Z has a distinct voice. Right, right, right. And Michael Jordan has a distinct voice too. He's a billionaire. Uh Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna research this before I say what it is. Hold on. Hold on. Yo. 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 There's somebody who we haven't even thought of, y'all. And again, I don't know if this is true. Because we got to think about, like, this is somebody that probably has money too. This person is worth 1.2 billion and we never even thought about this. I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna show y'all. No. Should I even say this? Now I'm second guessing. Oh man. And this person just recently became a billionaire. Okay. Okay, share it. Okay, y'all ready? I'm gonna turn off my camera. Y'all see it? Yo, what's up, Miss Bugs? Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, allegedly. Let me put this over here. Somebody who has investments. Yeah, I still don't get his point. If he doesn't want to like take legal action or anything like that, we would know his voice. I feel like we would. You don't think so? Humor me, humor for me. I think we would know his voice. I didn't even think about this, but doesn't Christian live in the LA area? I don't think he lives in Atlanta. I know some people are saying he lives in Atlanta, but I feel like he lives in LA. Again, I don't want to necessarily dox him, but yo. And I'm just thinking, like, maybe this is why he's kind of just playing it up and he's not saying anything, because when we find out who it is, I, yeah, I hope it's not Magic Johnson. I hope it's not. He does live in LA. See, this is why I didn't want to say this, because, like I said, I think it's dangerous that he kind of left it up for our interpretation, and then we're just kind of like, okay, well, who is it? And I haven't heard anybody say this name either. I have not heard it, and I believe if we heard Magic Johnson's voice, we would know who it is. Because when you think about it, when he said like Robert F. Smith, what does Robert F. Smith sound like? Like let's be honest. Raise your hand. Put a one in the chat if you know what Robert F. Smith sounds like. You said Steve Harvey. Oh my god. His voice is average, not distinct. Mm, okay. Yeah, we don't know his voice. We don't know Robert F. Smith's voice, so I don't think so. Tiger Woods, LeBron James. No, I don't think it's one of them. No. Yeah, most of us can't even picture his face when we say the name. Right, right, right. See, I didn't think it was Byron Allen. I don't think, but again, we never know. We're just kind of throwing names out there. But I was thinking someone who would be more like, who has a lot of investments and stuff like that. I was all like, oh, this could be a possibility. That's why I was all like, damn, I don't want to say, but oh. And if it was Tiger Woods, I don't think he like him black. I shouldn't have said that, but I don't think he like him black if it's Tiger Woods. This if he keeps dropping subliminals like this, he will lose support. Right. I agree with that, Davis. He gonna lose support if he keeps dropping subliminals and he's not just saying it. Right, he's the richest black man, yeah. But he didn't say riches, he said billionaire. Yeah, but with the Robert F. Smith, I don't like if he plays a recording as Robert F. Smith, I, I don't know what he sound like. I know Magic Johnson's voice. I know Tyler Perry's voice. I would know a Jay-Z voice. I know Diddy's voice. There's voices. Ooh, somebody said, is Dr. Dre a billionaire? I know he sold the beats for $1 billion. I don't know if he's a billionaire, but we know Dr. Dre's voice, right? Yeah, it would have to be someone with a Robert F. Smith. What does he sound like? Damn, when you put up Robert F. Smith, it's everything about Christian Keys. Okay. I'm just gonna try to pull up a video of him talking. And again, fair use. This is fair use. Because honestly, I don't know what he sound like. And please hit the like button, everyone.
An array of documentary films. His latest series, History Series for PBS.
Okay, here we go.
Argue, we always talk about it's the right thing to do. Economically, it is, as a fiduciary, it is the only way you should approach your business. You should approach your business as a fiduciary to say, what are the things that minimize risk and optimize outcome? And there's tons of data, and I brought a couple of data points to share. Deloitte did a report that 6 times organizations that are more diverse in their workforce culture, 6 times more likely to be innovative and agile, 8 times more likely to achieve better business results, and twice as likely to exceed their financial.
That's not a distinctive voice to me, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't think that's distinctive. If I heard that voice, I wouldn't know who that was. Tyler Perry and Oprah, allegedly. Wait, is that Tom Joyner? Look up this. Oh, Tom Joyner. Oh, I didn't think about that. And no, Bill Cosby's not worth $1 billion. They said 80 million. No, it's not Tom Joyner. 80 million. Medea. Y'all forgot who is the woman that grabbed his package. Oh yeah, he said that as well too. But then, again, he said when somebody asked him a name, I forgot what name they asked, but he was like, no, definitely not them. Why can't it be about the money now? It could be. We don't know. It could be. Not Gay-Z. Watch Walter Lee Hampton video. This he used to be friends with Tyler Perry. Yeah, he said they used to go out and stuff like that in the beginning. I wonder. Ooh, somebody put that on my interview list. I want to see if I can interview Walter Lee Hampton. I don't even know if he does interviews. I don't think he does, but I would love to see if I can get an interview. What's up, Just Curious? Thank you for being here. Right, I feel that way. RuPaul. Yeah. Again, we don't know until he says something or he puts the recordings out. We just kind of just throwing things out there. Will Smith, possibility. Yeah, you never really know. Oh, but Will Smith is not a billionaire though. No, so it wouldn't be him. All right, I think it's time to end the show, not the freak offs. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all for all coming to the show. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all, everybody who's been wishing me a happy birthday. On the East Coast is already my birthday, so thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know if I'll be live tomorrow, but I will be live to at least say, thank you guys for the happy birthday wishes and everything like that. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know if anybody Cash Out, PayPal, Venmo me, but if you did, thank you. I know yesterday I was blessed. 35 was the magic number that you guys were sending me as I am turning 35. I'm not ashamed of my age. 35. Somebody said Dwight Howard. Not Dwight Howard. I don't know if it's him. But I thank you guys. I gotta try to figure some stuff out because now that my trip is canceled, I gotta figure out what the hell to do. So yeah. All right, y'all. Deuces. Love y'all, but we out. Where's my outro? I forgot I got an outro now. Hold on. Here we go.